No, now there. Now we're good. Now we're good. I fully did not realize that one of the songs in the playlist is like 9 minutes long. Sorry. So that was literally the same song the whole time. And that's too long. It's too long a song. Okay. For those of you watching on YouTube who don't get the intro, like, waiting for people to fill up the room thing, that's going to be very confusing. So here's what we've done. We have randomized Pokemon Blue. We have completely randomized it. There we go. Move my mouse out of there. I'm going to turn down my volume a little bit. Oh, I can't. Well, darn it. I guess turn down all my volume. This is just so loud, and I don't know why. Why are you so loud? I don't know. I'm using Visual Boy. This is a randomized run. Completely randomized. That way. It's there for me, but it's there for this me. That's very confusing. Completely randomized run. Not completely. I put a couple of things to make it make sense. So, evolutionary trees are going to follow the same typings. Moves are going to be generally in the same types. But it's going to get weird. Oh, see, does the speed up button work? Yeah, it does. Alright, so this is Oak. Yeah, we know all this. Kingler is apparently our example Pokemon this time. So this tells us that Nidoran is replaced with Kingler. Which is good to know, right? Yeah, it's good to know that. That's still Kingler's noise. The noises were not randomized. Some people use fights. My eventual... Oh, right. My eventual plan for this... let me switch modes here. Is to... do this for blue, gold, sapphire, pearl, and then white and white, or black and white too. And just go through all of them, and the goal is get to the Elite Four. It's my whole goal. And you know what? We're gonna make my rival Freyr, because seems right. This rival will be Freyr. Maybe next rival will be somebody else. There we go. Yeah, I'm going to speed up sometimes when we all know the text of that part. Here we go. Hey, wait, don't go out. Okay, we're going to get our Pokemon. Alright, so the horrible noises when we speed this up, huh? Alright. So our first option is Bulbasaur again. So Bulbasaur is still here. No. Ghastly. Ghastly's a good second choice. And let's see, who's our third Pokemon? Bellsprout. So we have two grasses and a Ghastly. So I guess I don't get to know their types. So my first question is, who do I pick? I'm very tempted to say just pick Bulbasaur. I just love Bulbasaur. Whenever I drag the window, it's going to make weird noises. I'm sorry. So I think... I don't know. Who should I go with? Should I go with the Bellsprout? The Ghastly? Or the Bulbasaur? Well, Freyr's in the other room. Freyr, you're my rival. Which should I pick? Alright. Let's see what happened to the Bulbasaur. I got a Bulbasaur. There we go. Do I want to give a nickname to Bulbasaur? Yes. I'm going to name him... Chives. Because I want to say Mikella always names hers either cilantro or onion. So mine is Chives. And now, what is Freyr going to pick? Freyr is going to pick the Ghastly. Which, okay, dumbest thing, that just reminds me of, like, one of my favorite green texts of all time. The one where, like, the dude ends up meeting a chick, and they hit it off, they go back to her place. She says she has a weird fetish for dressing up in Pokemon costumes, so he picks the Charmander costume, and then Gary Oak busts down the door and says, in that case, I'll pick Squirtle! It's like, it's the ridiculousness of the whole thing. Oh, right, my mouse is still there. I gotta move that mouse. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Freyr sent out Ghastly. That sounds terrifying. Okay, I'm hoping Ghastly is no longer a ghost type. Okay, so I have Absorb and Razor Leaf. So, Bulbasaur is still a grass type? Neat. And Ghastly's a fire type now. Oh dear. And it had Fire Spin at level 5. I'm doomed. You know what? My webcam frame is way too small. Let's make that a bit bigger for this playthrough, shall we? There we go. I'm bigger, because this game is smaller than my normal games. Okay. And we're dead. We're dead. Freyr has killed me, which I have admitted many times was how it would happen. So Chives is dead. This is not a Nuzlocke, thank God. We are not doing a Nuzlocke of this. Ugh, that'd be the worst. Okay, so I need to go talk to my mom and get my Pokemon healed. I pressed Y because I'm so used to the DS games. Let's look at my Pokermans. So, Bulbasaur is pure grass. Has that always been true, or was he always grass poison? He was all grass. Then, like, he doesn't get grass poison until he's Ivysaur, right? Okay. So, Bulbasaur is all special. Sure. Alright. So, let's get rolling, I guess. Get to Viridian City. Pick up whatever Professor Oak needs. And get the hell out. The worst chunk of grass. Especially if you enter it wrong. Oh, alright, that wasn't bad. Oh, I upped the capture rate on this as well. It's not insane. I didn't go with the all Pokeballs or Master Balls route, because that would be dumb. But I did do, like, 50% increase. So, like, a Pokeball can catch things at 75% health pretty easy. Which might as well. Also, something weird about Red, Blue, and Yellow, if I remember this correctly, all of them had, like, a very small chance that the Master Ball would fail. Here we go. His order came in, we take it to him. We got Oak Sandwich. I assume it's not a sandwich, but it might be a sandwich. I don't know his life. Why is there Dibble Talk? Double Talk? What do you mean Dibble Talk? Am I doubling? Do I have reverb turned on by accident? I think I do. I might. That would suck. Any better? I hope it is. I mean, you might get a little bit of doubles on the audio, but I don't think so. Let's turn that down. There we go. It's now just way in the background. Okay. Oh, okay, finally, we got an attack. Sure. Do I accidentally have a filter shot? Do I have a reverb filter running? I don't think I do. I don't. That's weird. Oh, wait a minute. Is my other microphone running? I sure hope not. That'd be the worst. It shouldn't be picking up that. It definitely should not be picking that up. It doesn't seem to be, but just to be safe, that would hopefully help anything like that from happening. Alright, so let's see here. So Rattata is still Rattata. So not too much changed. Okay. Rattata's an ice type now, which is a little concerning for me with my grass type Pokemon here. Little scared about that. Kind of want to kill Gary Oak. Okay, I'm going to talk to my mom because I need healing. Mom, the Rattattas are mean to me. Okay. There we are. Okay. Alright, here's my parcel. We're gonna get the Pokedexes. Go hang out with my rival's sister. Pick up the map. Because if you don't talk to her, you never get the map. And I remember when I was younger, a lot of kids always missed it. It's the worst. Oh wait, this is the potion guy, isn't it? Well, I guess we gotta fight an Ice-type Rattata again. We are going to run! That's the best idea, is running. Because I don't... Alright, Pokemon Mart, convenience store. We got a potion. Great. Okay, Rattata, I guess I fight you again. Shit. Run. So type matchups are the same. So one being a Rattata, or sorry, Rattata being an ice type won't change much, but it will. It won't change much, except that now I want to use it against dragons. We're gonna need some Pokeballs. I think like a good 10 of them is a good place to start. Maybe an antidote. A burn heal. Yeah, burn heal's a good idea. And a paralyze heal. There we go. Okay, we can't go to the Viridian Gym yet. That'd be too easy. Okay. Well, we can talk to Grandpa. Because we didn't talk to him about him not having his coffee. I'm not in a hurry. Can you help me learn how to catch Pokemon? Because the default example is a Rattata, if I remember correctly. And I told it to randomize this. So let's see what got It's a Shelder. Okay. God, Shelder's old art is doofy. Can I mug the old man and get those 49 extra Pokeballs? Probably not. Now he has a Shelder. That's nice for him. Oh, nope, 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 nope. Damn it. Alright. Oh, you know, I should see what's down in the bottom road, shouldn't I? Because there's another road down this way. And maybe that ice-type Rattata is not a bad idea. That might be a good idea. Okay. Here we go. Let's see what we got. Oh, it's a Pidgey! My luck, Pidgey's gonna be a fire type, isn't it? Let's raise relief this. Little schmuck here. Okay. Not very effective. But rock. It's a rock type. Why wouldn't it be? Why wouldn't it be something like that, hmm? Alright, well at least Barrage is only doing like 1 point of damage with each hit. I don't think he's hitting much. No, I was about to say he's not hitting much more than 3 times each, but nope, there's 5 times. I hate this Pidgey. It will be my Pidgey. That's how this works.
From enemies to lovers?
No, that's weird. That's a bird.
I'm just kidding.
Okay. Let's see here. Item. Pokeball. There we go. Yes, I'm doing the be up thing. I don't care if it rarely ever does anything. It might this time. Pidgey, yeah. Do I want to give a nickname to Pidgey? Sure. Let's name him Peanut. Peanut's a good name for a Pidgey. Alright, let's look at Peanut. Psychic flying. Okay. Why is Pidgey a psychic type? This Pidgey knows all and sees all. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. We're gonna go this way. I'm gonna go back to that. I went too far. Because my finger slipped to the speed up button. There's no run in blue and red, and that makes me a little mad. Because I don't got time for this. It's fine. See if we can find another Pokemon in here. I would like to fill out a team. Ditto! Oh, wait a minute. Ditto doesn't necessarily know Transform. What do you know, Ditto? What type are you? Who knows Transform now? Ditto's a fire type. Why is Ditto a fire type? Well, Chives is down. Goodbye, Chives. Time for Peanut. No, damn it, I killed Ditto. Peanut, that wasn't your job. Your job was to catch the Ditto, not destroy it. I need to go to the nickname changer. Peanut's name is now Anakin. Now I want that fire ditto. Okay, so Pokemon. Peanut, you're in front now. Everything is strong against grass, and I'm doomed. Wait, does that mean Bellsprout's a water type now?
Probably.
Okay, Girl Nidoran is still here. It's gonna end up being a fucking ghost type or something, isn't it? It has conversion? And it only has conversion. Do I want a creature with only conversion? Oh no, it also has Bone Club. Did Nidoran just become Cubone? I want Cubaran. I'll take a Cubaran. That sounds like a fine idea. Why not? The Poison Pin Pokemon. Yes. I'm gonna name her Gretchen.
Can you see what type she is now?
I cannot.
Oh, fuck.
I cannot see her type until after I've nicknamed her. But I'm gonna name her Gretchen. Alright, so let's see here. So I have a Psychic Flying Pidgey.
Yeah.
A Grass type Bulbasaur. That one's not very special. A Pure Ground type Nidoran with Conversion and Bone Club. I just want that Fire Ditto.
Okay.
Now a Jigglypuff. Sure. What happened to you, Jigglypuff? It has Lick. I'm gonna guess Jigglypuff is now a ghost.
Or alternatively,
Well, Lickitung's not a Lick type.
no, but it does have lick.
It does have Lick, yes.
Always had lick.
But the fact that a normal type attack is not working on it. And also, Lickitung might not have Lick in this.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Because Lick is a ghost move. Okay, Chives is now paralyzed. Because why wouldn't he be? Sure. Chives, absorb. Stop licking me, you weird puffball. Things that are appropriate to say to poodles.
But not appropriate to say to your girlfriend.
I don't know. I think it depends on the girlfriend if that's appropriate to say it to your girlfriend or not. Also, if you're going to keep adding commentary, get closer to the mic.
I would, but I'm folding laundry.
Okay, then. Alright, so I have a Jigglypuff that I am very certain is a ghost type, but with all the ghost moves and not being affected by normal. So I'm going to call it Myrtle. Myrtle's a good name. Alright, back to the Pokemon Center. Heal me up. Alright. Oh, I ran out that door very fast. This speed up button is dangerous, because it just turns you into the Flash. And then you don't know where you're going. Give me that Ditto. I want that Fire Ditto. That's all I'm here for. No, not another Pidgey. Kill it. Peanut, murder your brother. It's just two birds who can't fly throwing rocks at each other in an alleyway. This is the worst fight. I'm subjecting you all to it. Peanut, keep hitting him in the head with those rocks. He'll become a Pidgeotto yet. Assuming that's what you evolve into. I just know you'll evolve into something else that got Psychic or Flying, if not both. Peanut evolved into Haunter. Why not? And like, everyone who would see that would go, oh, that's weird, but then you have to remember Dratini exists. In, like, normal Pokemon. Like, Dratini starts as a tiny blue dragon, which is fine. And then turns into a bigger blue dragon, which is also fine. And then turns into... Oh, you know what? Myrtle, you should handle this. Because that's a psychic type. Ha ha ha. Should have led with Myrtle. Yeah. Nice. But yeah, like, it suddenly just turns into a big, doofy, orange, not Charizard. That's... makes no sense. And then you look at, I think this is 100% true, that Gyarados is based off of what was supposed to be Dragonaire's evolved form. And Dragonite is based off of what was supposed to be Magikarp's. And they were hitting a deadline. And so they just took the wrong designs and mixed them up. And I think the same thing happened with Venonat and, Venonat and Butterfree. I think they got swapped at some point in development. Because Venonat looks like Butterfree's pre-evolution.
No, it doesn't.
They have the same face! Meanwhile, Venomoth looks like a Metapod with wings. Stop punching my bird. No more punches for you, mister. Ow, my bird, he's burnt. Maybe Gretchen can show you what for. My little dirt rabbit. Ouch. Gretchen, you dipshit, stop dying. Gretchen died. Gretchen doesn't listen to instructions. Myrtle, you're up. Lick it to death. Good, it's paralyzed. Bad, it punched Myrtle. We just need to get it to yellow. No, it punched out Myrtle. Damn you, Mike Tyson. Which I think is probably a good name for this Ditto, actually. Good job, Peanut. Throw rocks at its face. Good job on the not dying there, Peanut. You've done everything I've asked of you. Alright, we have a fire Ditto. Do I want to name my Ditto? Yes. Little... Can I fit this? Yes, I can. Oh, that beeping's getting annoying, though. Little Mac. Because he punches things.
I think Ditto got switched with Magmar.
Well, they don't get switched with anything. It randomizes the traits. So it shuffles everything together and then deals them back out. Alright, 5 Pokemon I think is a good place to go into the forest with. I think that's fair. Alright. I never noticed that this is an arrow pointing at that Pokeball. Neat. Alright, into the Viridian Forest I go. What's up, buddy? I came here with some friends. They're out for Pokemon fights. They'll fuck you up. Uh-oh. This game got crass. In my head. I found a Moonstone. Neato. Because all the items you find in Pokeballs are randomized. Hey, Weedle! You're still here. You're probably like a lightning type or something, and you're gonna fuck my shit up. Yep. Called it. Immediate Weedle use Thunderbolts. It's a ghost lightning. That makes me a little mad. I'm not gonna lie. Ugh. Or it's a ghost type that just has a lightning move for some reason. But I mean, that's just been my luck this whole run, hasn't it? But you know what? I want it. Give me that Weedle. Whoop. Bloop. 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 Yeah, Weedle was caught. Alright. The hairy bug Pokemon. Has it always been the hairy bug Pokemon?
It wasn't Generation 1.
Alright. What do I name you, Weedle? What do I name you? Tentamon. Because I know that'll make somebody mad.
Making me mad?
Why is it making you mad? Because that's a Digimon's name?
Yes!
Come back next time for when we play Digimon World. Name all of our Digimon Pokemon names. Alright, we're gonna switch Chives up to the top. Ran out of Pokemon balls to catch with. Yeah, I got tons. Oh no, our first trainer battle. Hey, you have Pokemon. Come on, let's battle them. Let's make our pets fight. Bugcatcher wants to fight. Bugcatcher sent out Ekans. I have bad news about what Ekans is, buddy. Apparently, Ekans is a stick bug. What? Enemy Ekans thrashing about. It's not very effective.
Oh my god, it's got It had one move.
It has one move, and my god, if it's not gonna use it.
No, it had Petal Dance. One thing of Petal Dance.
Yes.
And now it's struggling.
Oh my goodness, you're right. The Petal Dance only had one PowerPoint to it.
Uh-huh.
Oh. Oh, Chives leveled up. Good job, Chives. Another Ekans. Sure. Let's use Peanut, I guess, for a minute. Okay, so Peanut's gonna come out. I'm gonna immediately swap him with Myrtle. Because if I remember correctly, Struggle is a normal type move. And Myrtle's a ghost. Struggle is not a normal type move. I was wrong. Myrtle died again. Fire punch it. It hurt itself in confusion. I think the thrashing about is part of Petal Dance. I've never used Petal Dance in Gen 1.
Me either.
Peanut grew to level 5. Peanut learned Confusion. It's such a terrible shame. Confusion. Caterpie can't cut it. Is that why you have nothing but Ekansis? I think a Caterpie would have done okay. My team has a Psychic type. It would have done alright there, buddy. Alright, actually, you know what we didn't do is we didn't look at what Weedle's type was. So Weedle's a ghost. As you do. It's a ghost with Horn Attack and Thunderbolt. It's one of those lightning commies. And Ditto is a pure fire. What I think we need to do before we go back in the forest is we're going to go south. One, we're going to catch one of those ice Rattattas. But also, I think we can just have Ditto punch everything. This is a good strategy. So our new strategy, Ditto punches everything to death.
We can solve our problems by punching.
Because remember, there are 2 strategies to solving any problem. You could use love or terrible violence. Animal Crossing is a game where you use love.
Oh, I see you found a new...
I see you found a new member there, Loser Squad. Yeah, alright, so... Oh, hey, it's Spearow!
Love, friendship, incredible violence.
Alright, Chives. Beat the shit out of this Spearow so I can catch him. It's not very effective.
Your face. Why?
It knows acid! Why does this bird know acid? There's no rhyme or reason with a randomized run. I'm fully aware of that. But the bird knows acid. Sure. I could use some to deal with this new information. Do I want to give a nickname to Spearow?
Dave's not here, man.
Dave. It's Dave the Spearow.
Yeah.
Dave was transferred to someone's PC. We'll never know whose. Yeah, we just, like, throw them all in some random server. Just, like, randomly. Alright, so we have another Spearow. I still don't know its typing. But I'm going to guess that it's poison, what with the acid. I've been wrong before, but I think that's a fair assumption. There's no dark type yet, because it's Gen 1. Ha ha ha, bite won't hurt me. Alright, Confusion. It's super effective. Spearow's a poison type. Or a fighting type, I guess. Oh, hey, a Rattata. Okay. Switch Pokemon to my Ditto, Little Mac. Because I want a Rattata with Aurora Beam. And Ice Punch. What? Gimme. Little Mac, don't kill it. I know you want to, but don't. Little Mac, you had one job. Always go back to your mom's house and sleep. That way you avoid the socialist government and its Pokemon centers. No, I really wish we had real Pokemon centers. That would be great. Why did I go all the way? Oh, right, we were getting the Rattata. Okay, so New plan. Chives is weak against Rattattas. And Little Mac will kill them in one shot. So let's use Myrtle and lick them to death. And then while they're all grossed out that they're covered in spit, we'll catch one. That's the best way to capture your friends, is with a net and a loogie. Just hawk a loogie on someone, throw a net over, and they're your friend now. That's not how that works. Don't do that. Okay, Myrtle died again. Oh, no, she didn't. Myrtle's fine. Let's try Tentamon. Come on, Tentamon. Who looks nothing like the real one. Stop getting punched. That is your first job. How not to be seen. Alright, let's see here. Thunderbolt, not very effective. Rattata's not pure ice. Rattata's ice ground? Ice some second thing? I think ground's the only thing that is defensive against electric. I don't remember.
Rock is also not very, is not affected by electric.
Is it rock? It might be rock. Alright. Barrage it, Peanut. Good job, buddy. Now stop at 3. Okay, 2's fine. 2's fine. Okay. And now... Pokeball. Yes. Okay, we have a Rattata now. So now we can actually focus on team comp, which is nice. It's a rat. The Pokedex is the same. Do I want to give a nickname to my Rattata? Okay, so I don't have enough room to call him Alexander the Grape. But I'm trying to think of the other names of the Otter Pops. Hold up. We're doing this. Come on. Okay, Google. No? Oh, I'm getting all my Twitter notifications at once. Jeez. What are the flavors of Otter Pops?
According to Amazon.com, the original Otter Pops with all their great tasting flavors and original characters: Sir Isaac Lime, Little Orphan Orange, Strawberry Shortcake, Bluey Blue Raspberry, Poncho Punch, and Alexander the Great.
Can I fit Poncho Punch? Because he punches things. He might just be Poncho. But I want Poncho Punch. No, I'm a letter too short for Poncho Punch. No. Alright, you know, I'm just going to call him Puncho. And cut the difference. Puncho was transferred to someone's PC. He's just somewhere. We keep all our Pokemon in the blockchain. And then, another Rattata. Hey, you know what's nice about this Rattata? Hey, Little Mac. I got a job for you. This isn't our friend Puncho. You can go nuts. It's not very effective. Oh, you can punch too. Ah, shit. How do you freeze a fire type? I have never tilted out on this channel before like this. I am really ready to throw my controller across the room. I am mad. I am full of rage. You should not be able to freeze a fire type. Freezing my cabbage makes sense, though. I'll grant you that one. Alright, Peanut, you're a psychic bird. Don't die. Peanut, you had one job. Gretchen, you're weak against this. Beat the shit out of it, Gretchen. What is ground strong against? Gretchen, kill it. Good girl, Gretchen. You're my favorite now. The rest of you need to earn my love. I think I just gritted my teeth enough that one of my molars went into my gums. That's been happening for the last couple days, actually. Let's see what that Twitter notification was. Oh, there's 3. Are these ones I already know about? No, they are not. Little concerned I'm followed by somebody named Buttstuff420. But, here we are. Oh, right, Team Comp. Okay. So, we're going to look at all of our Pokermans. Turn on the PC. Someone's PC. We're going to use the old antiquated PC system. Alright, so... we have Myrtle, who's pure ghost, but also Tentamon, who's pure ghost. So who do we keep? Myrtle has the ghost move, but the downside to that is if we run into any normal type, she's kind of useless. So I think Myrtle can go into the box. Okay. Peanut already has confusion. Peanut's a heavy hitter. I vote Peanut stays. Gretchen beat the shit out of that Rattata and is now my favorite, so Gretchen stays. Chives is my starter. I make it a point of keeping my starter in my party. Little Mac sure does a good job of punching things. And then we have Tentamon, who's a ghost type with a lightning move, which seems like it's useful. So, let's go to our withdraw, and let's look at Puncho and Dave. And see what their deal is. So Puncho is an ice electric. Puncho's a fridge. Is there an official ice electric Pokemon?
He's a freezer.
He's a freezer. Good call, honey. You're right. Can you look up what Pokemon type combos actually exist? I don't know if there's an actual ice electric. He has Aurora Beam and Ice Punch, which that's a lot of ice. That's a lot of ice. Okay. Meanwhile, we have Dave. Dave is a poison type with acid and bite. I'm pretty happy not having Dave in the party. At least for now. Dave's not here. So we're gonna pull Puncho out. Got Puncho. Great. And then we're gonna heal Puncho. Great. And now, I think our best bet is to, like... I would say go somewhere and level up, but those Rattattas terrify me. Because they have frozen both Chives and Little Mac solid.
So there are 2 Pokemon that have electric ice.
What are the electric ice Pokemon?
Rotom, if you get him in his frost form.
Okay, I had a feeling Rotom was one of them.
And Arctozol?
Oh, Arctozotl. That
Arctozolt?
poor little bastard.
Arctozolt.
Arctozolt. That poor bastard. Arctozolt doesn't deserve to exist. Arctozolt's one of the fake fossil Pokemon. They put an electric-type raptor on the butt of an ice-type plesiosaur, and his body is so cold it gives himself a cold. It is the saddest fucking thing.
There's no ice and then electric. It's all electric then ice.
Okay, so they all have electric ice, so an ice electric is new. Okay, Tentamon, you're up. Because you're a ghost, so you won't be hurt by his moves, and you can shock the hell out of him with your Thunderbolt, because it's still a flying type. Yeah! That works. Oh, I paralyzed it. Neat. Okay. Ha ha ha. Tentamon, stab it. Make it run into your knife. Make it run into your knife 10 times. Okay. We're getting somewhere here. Oh, wait, what am I doing? Just immediately running back to the Pokemon Center. Oh, I had one fight, I'm done. I mean, the last couple fights have been like that.
That's always how this game goes.
I suppose. Alright. Tentamon, take over. I was not expecting my level 3 Weedle to be a fucking beast, but here we are. But the thing is that until Pidgey hits level 5, it doesn't have any psychic moves, it only has normal. And the randomizer turned Weedle into a ghost. It killed all the Weedles. There was a Weedle side. They used some Ortho Bug Begone, much like I did earlier, but only on Weedles, which is sad because Weedle's one of my favorites. It is 100% because it turns into Beedrill. I love bees. They're great.
What's your opinion on Combi?
Combi is adorable. Like, actually, if you want to, you can ask me my opinion on every single Pokemon. I'll go through them. Start at the beginning, work your way through. There's a couple I won't remember. I won't deny that. There's a few when we hit Gen 4, and a few in Gen 7.
Okay, let's start at the beginning. What's your opinion on Bulbasaur?
Adorable. Bulbasaur is adorable. And anyone who says Bulbasaur is not adorable needs to leave.
Ivysaur.
Ivysaur is the least awkward teenager of the 3 starters' middle forms.
Venusaur.
Venusaur gives you shade. What more can you want? He is a shade-giving friend.
Okay, so Charmander.
You know what? If I went camping more, I would love to have a Charmander. Real easy to start small fires with. And honestly adorable. Just an adorable little lizard.
Charmeleon.
Charmeleon, I'm afraid, is going to steal somebody's lunch money. But honestly, kind of cute.
Charizard.
Charizard, it looks cool. Now, admittedly, I'm in the minority in that I think out of the 3 starter final forms, Charizard is the least cool. But, that said, it's kind of like saying, hey, how do you feel about vanilla ice cream, chocolate ice cream, and mint ice cream? They're all amazing. Why are you making me choose? Just give me the ice cream.
Alright,
Squirtle is small and defensive and cuddly, and I love him. And I will admit, I don't like him as much as Bulbasaur. But his evolutions mix things up.
Wartortle.
Wartortle is the weakest of the 3 middle stages. He is just doofy looking. He's trying something with his hair that he's going to regret in a couple of years. And I'm fairly convinced that Wartortle, like, has thought about starting a metal band, but probably isn't gonna. But he might. He might. Blastoise is my favorite out of the 3 end stages. So it's a little weird for me in that I start with, like, Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Blastoise. Blastoise beats Venusaur in coolness factor, because what if you took one of the best reptiles and combined it with one of the best military vehicles? And you have a Blastoise, you have a Turtle Tank.
Turtle Tank.
And Turtle Tanks are great. I want to say after that, Caterpie, thank you. Caterpie's a little squishy for my tastes. It's very cute, but at the same time, I know if it was real, it would have that weird wrinkly skin like actual caterpillars, and that grosses me out a little. Metapod. The amount of jokes we've gotten out of naming Metapod's penis over the years just means that it is a source of joy for young children everywhere who think they know a swear. Then you have Butterfree. Butterfree caused most children to cry at a cartoon for the first time. And I'm not sure if that's like an unforgivable offense or a beautiful thing. Butterfree's pretty great. I'm not going to deny that.
You already know your opinions on Weedle.
I love Weedle. I love Kakuna. Kakuna looks like he's got a little tie, and he is... God damn it! This little Nidoran keeps using conversion, and I don't appreciate... It only knows conversion. Well, you know what that means. I'm just going to have everyone fight this. Gretchen, you're up. Alright. So then we have, after Beedrill, I don't remember the order. Is the Pidgey.
I pulled it up.
Pidgey is kind of, he's fine. He's a bird. I don't have strong opinions on Pidgey. Pidgeotto, on the other hand, is a cool bird with cool hair. And what's better than being a cool bird with cool hair? Nothing. Pidgeot has even cooler hair. And you think to yourself, how could a bird have cooler hair than Pidgeotto? Bam, Pidgeot shows up. But my only concern with Pidgeot is that it does not follow the naming conventions of spells in Final Fantasy. It should be Pidgey, Pidgeia, Pidgeaga. If they're going with this kind of thing. Alright. What do we got after Pidgey, the Pidgey line? Rattata, he's fine. One exception is Joey's Rattata, who is in the top 99%, the top 1% of all Rattattas. He's just the best. And if you are able to meet such a Rattata, you should feel honored. Raticate is the ugliest fucking rat in the world, and I love him. There was my very first time I beat the Elite Four, it was mostly due to Eradicate, because it had Hyper Beam. And I got into a Hyper Beam shootout loaded with X defenses against Lance. And it was kind of the best. Because it was just a lot of Raticate, fire, Dragonite, fire! And then the two of them going, guys, give us a minute. Do you need a smoke? Yeah, I could use a smoke. Alright, what do we have after Raticate?
Spearow.
Spearow is better than Pidgey in every way.
That's why I named mine Tallyhawk.
Spearow's I always thought looked so much cooler. And I thought Fearow's looked like the kind of thing that would torment my sister. And so Fearow looked like a legendary bird, but on a budget. Mom, can I have Moltres? You have Moltres at home. The Moltres at home. And it's a Fearow. Okay. So, what's after Fearow? Ekans. Ekans is just snake backwards, and that's beautiful. He's a purple and yellow, he's a little regal snake. And I love him, because I've always liked reptiles. And snakes are, like, my favorite reptiles. Like, as much as I love turtles, I love snakes.
You just couldn't own one because you hate to feed it a rat.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I can't feed it rats. So I love looking at snakes. And then I found out there's egg snakes, and it's like, I eat eggs. I could totally feed this little asshole an egg. And yes, I would just call my snake a little asshole. I'm not avoiding that statement.
What's your feelings on Arbok?
Arbok is just Cobra backwards, which means that not only has Ekans become more specific, but also he got cool tattoos because he joined a band. And I very much appreciate that in my Pokemon, that they go hard for their bandmates and just tattoo a whole damn face to their chest. Pikachu, I'm gonna be honest, Pikachu's not my favorite. It's adorable. It's been the company mascot for forever.
Since the beginning.
Not since the beginning. Clefairy was the first choice for a mascot. And in fact, in the manga, it was a Clefairy for the first manga. And then they switched it to a Pikachu because of the anime. So I like Pikachu. He's fine. What I always thought was a shame is that so few people will evolve him to the clearly superior Raichu. He is cuddlier. His tail can grab things from high shelves. And can also grab the remote from way over there. And then his Alolan version is psychic. He could just hover you the remote. Raichu is superior in every way. And mostly because I think, how would I use a Pokemon? And my first thought was, hey Raichu, do you want to watch Transformers? Let's go watch Transformers, buddy. And then we just sit on the couch, and then they go, aren't you going to be a Pokemon master? I'll get to it. Raichu, hand me that pizza. I know what I'm about. Okay, what's
Well,
after?
how about Sandshrew?
Okay. My favorite Gen 1 is Sandshrew. As much as I've been saying lately, goddamn pangolins. I love that goddamn pangolin. He's just so... He's an armadillo! It's like the most deserty of Pokemon. And you look at him and you go, ah, buddy, you just need someone to be your friend. I love the little bastard.
Sandslash?
Sandslash is even cooler, because I want you to imagine, you're an 8-year-old boy. How do I make this cooler? Let's give it some spikes! Done. And then it turns into Sonic the Hedgehog. And that's beautiful, in all honesty.
The female Nidoran.
Okay, so
The
the
one you're fighting.
the Nidoran line's always been interesting to me. In that I thought it was neat that they're separated by gender, that they're that sexually dimorphic. And then, when they introduced genders, they never did it again, and they didn't just combine the two Nidorans into a single family out of, like, tradition or some shit. It's like, just renumber the damn Pokedex. I know that's dumb. Just renumber the damn thing. Oh, Nidoran can't be in there twice. If we did that, well then get rid of one. Just make them the same Pokedex entry. Well then what would we put in there? Clearly you take the best Gen 2 Pokemon, Shuckle, and shove them into the Gen 1 numbers. I don't see why this is rocket science.
Nidorina.
Nidorina is just a bigger Nidoran girl, which is fine. It's the Queen and the King I always liked. I always thought that Nidoran male looked cooler, but then when you get to, like, the top level, I kind of looked at both of them and went, you both got body armor, you're both cool. Nidoking has, like, that weird horn cannon thing, which is awesome. But, Nidoqueen looks like she gives good hugs. That's important in a Pokemon. Much like how it's important Raichu can hand me the pizza. It's important that Nidoqueen can give good hugs. Because, like, what if you had a really rough day and somebody said you're not a real Pokemon trainer because you just have a Shuckle and a Raichu and a Nidoqueen? And now everyone's mad at you because you ruined the Pokemon Christmas pageant once again. And then your Nidoqueen can give you hugs and give you a little pat on the head. Like, it's okay.
Alright, fast.
Awful specific situations that you come up
I have to do 825 and I'm doing these all off the cuff.
Alright, passing all the Nidoran stuff.
Sure.
Clefairy.
Clefairy's fine. I think the fact that it validates that there's extraterrestrial life really should be more impactful. Because we've seen these fuckers come from the moon. It seems like a problem. Also, the fact that their names are Clefairy and Clefable really should have clued us into this whole extra Pokemon type bullshit about 5 generations early.
Vulpix.
I love Vulpix. Vulpix is adorable. That was my first introduction to the Kitsune myth, like most American children. And I always thought, like, oh man, dogs are cool, but what if dog was catter? And then Fox is introduced, and you go, oh man, Fox is dog cat. This is great. And then, what if it had more tail? Well, then you have Miles Tails Prower from Sonic who has 2 tails, and that's fine. But then you get Vulpix, and it's like 6? Why, this is even more of a savings. And then you just, for the low, low price of 1 Firestone, get 50% more. Oh, but what would we possibly call this Pokemon? You know what? Let's give it the most descriptive name we can. Everything else, it's been, what does it say? But this time, it's, what does it have? What does it have? Ah, it's got 9 tails. I know what to call this one.
Jigglypuff.
You know what? I used to hate Jigglypuff because the whole I'm going to draw on everyone's faces because they fall asleep when I'm singing. But then I thought about it. And if I was, like, on stage and people passed the hell out while I was acting, and I had a Sharpie, Jigglypuff is not to blame here. And then, if you make it mad enough that it goes and finds a Moonstone, well, you know what? You mess with the Jigglypuff, you get the Wigglytuff. And Wigglytuff sounds like the kind of nickname you would get in college. So I would say favorable.
I don't know. My nickname in college was not anything like that. We're not going to talk about
We're not going to talk about yours. Wigglytuff's a better name than that.
It's true. It is. In every single
I think you would have preferred being called Wigglytuff.
Anyway, next Pokemon, Zubat.
You know what? Everyone hates Zubat, but they're just living their best lives being blind. And I think that's ableism. They have no eyes. They are the pinnacle of a cave species. And the fact that they keep running into you, that's not their fault. They're blind. They have no eyes, you assholes.
I laughed so hard I messed up the drawing I was working.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to mess up your art.
How about Golbat?
You know what? Everyone hates Golbat, and I agree. It drools everywhere. Actually, I think Golbat's fine. I always thought it was really cool that its tongue's hanging out, but I'm a little sad that the anime never took it in, like, the extreme skater type of a role it should have had. Of, like, I mean, it's got its tongue hanging out, its wings to the side. Just give it a skateboard. Just fully commit. It was the 90s. Alright, what do we got? Oddish is fun. I thought Oddish was, like, the cutest one when I was younger.
I like Oddish.
Oddish, he's a little ball. He's a little radish with legs.
He's a little
I love him. And then it's like, you get to his middle stage, which is Gloom, and he goes through a goth phase. And I mean, mood. And then, you get Vileplume, who it's like, look how beautiful I am, but he has no ability to tell that he has horrible BO. Truly, it's a tragedy. Much like Darth Plagueis the Wise, except this is the tragedy of Vileplume, who didn't know about Old Spice. Alright, what's after Oddish?
Paris.
Paris I always thought was way cooler than Oddish, though. That is a level 3 Kakuna. I don't believe you. Oh, right. I mixed up the evolutionary lines. Kakuna doesn't evolve from Weedle. Shit. Kakuna's a grass type. What? Anyway.
Paris and Parsect.
No, Kakuna's still a ghost. Why does it have Petal Dance?
Because it's special.
I guess because it's special. I love Paris. I always loved the idea that it's a little mushroom crab. Which, I don't know, I always thought mushrooms were cool as a kid. And the fact that it grows it out of its back and then the mushroom slowly takes over its body, I always thought was super neat. And meanwhile, he's just a derpy little crab friend. I like most of the bugs. I don't know what to tell you on that.
Venonat and Venomoth.
So, Venonat, I think, is fine. He's basically just a big plushy friend that needs hugs. And Venomoth, like, loses everything appealing about Venonat when it evolves. Because I can't hug Venomoth. I'll get poisonous powder in my lungs. I have asthma. That's a terrible combo. That's a non-bow. Okay. After Venomoth is...
Diglett and Dugtrio.
So, Diglett I think is fun because it just got some friends. And they called it an evolution. I do feel embarrassed that I didn't know that the pink thing was its nose until much later.
Oh, what did you think it was?
I thought that it just had a weird ball for a mouth. Which apparently most people did. And then they went, no, that's its nose. It has an AB mouth right behind it. And it's like, well, that's adorable. But the fact that they never show you what Diglett looks like under the ground just kind of makes you go like, oh, that's terrifying. Because there's like a lot of art out there of like Doug Trio just being 3 Bara guys cuddling underground. And that's a little like existentially scary. That feels wrong. Like this should not be. Okay. Chives, you're in first. Peanut, you're back up.
Thanks, Mikella.
Meowth in Persian.
I'm a cat person, so fond of them.
I'm annoyed that there's not more cats in Pokemon.
There should be more cats in Pokemon, and like even with them adding more and more cats over the years, there's not enough damn cats.
There's also not enough damn dogs.
There's less dogs than cats.
Yeah, so I'm annoyed that there's not more dogs.
There should be more dogs. I fully agree. But to go with that, I like Meowth better than Persian. I think Persian looks more elegant, but Meowth using Payday makes more sense. Okay, after that would be...
Psyduck and Golduck.
One, their names are clearly flipped.
Yeah.
And nobody's been brave enough to switch them back. What do you mean? Golduck is the blue one? And Psyduck is the one without a gem in its head? Nah, their names got flipped. Also, I find it weird that a derpy duck just turns into... Like, he's not even a derpy duck. He's like Donald Duck's fat cousin. He is to Donald Duck what Wimpy is to Popeye. And I have hot cartoon takes from the 1930s here, folks. But then... Hello, Archon, how you doing? But then, so you have, like, Psyduck, who's fine, and then he turns into a goddamn Kappa? But it's a Kappa without a shell. I want some sort of, like, form for Psyduck that gives it the shell. I want a full-blown Kappa here. And I don't think that's too unreasonable. To answer the chat there, we're doing fine. That's not true. Everything's in shambles, including the economy. But, okay, there. Now I trigger him. But you know what? We're making the best of it. We're playing some Pokemon. We're playing a randomized Pokemon.
I'm doing okay.
Freyr's doing okay. Doing some arts.
Also, I have to go back to work again
And
tomorrow.
Freyr has work, which is an advantage. This is my job right now. I'm not making much. Go share the links. Please. Pretty please. Anyway. Batting my eyelashes like a dork. Here, let me do my worst one. Alright,
Please tell me you weren't trying to completely eat your lower...
I was trying to eat my chin. Yes, that is true. Okay. When you capture bugs so badly, you get a fish. But we're also talking about my opinions on every Pokemon. We are up to...
Mankey.
We're up to Mankey.
Mankey and Primate.
Oh, wait, no, who's before this?
Oh, that was Psyduck and Golduck.
Oh, Psyduck and Golduck, okay. Red goes by Freyr mostly, but Red will also go by Red. Let me double check. Are both still acceptable?
Both are still acceptable.
Both are still acceptable.
Red's my name, Red's my nickname.
Magikarp is not water type. Magikarp is psychic type. Magikarp knows confusion.
Oh no.
We are trying to get Red set up with more art streams in the future. It's just been a little hard to pull the trigger on that. It's been hard for me to pull the trigger on streaming in general, not gonna lie.
My problem right now is I was waiting for Ram, now I have Ram, and now I'm just like...
We part of it is we've been running into the toolbox fallacy of we've been waiting for certain things for so long that now that those certain things have happened, it's hard to do them just because everything's still crazy, and then every time you think it's finally calmed down, bam, something new happens. Anyway, Mankey. Mankey's a stupid pig monkey.
It really is,
And I don't know why it's a fighting type. It makes no sense. Why are you a fighting type, Pig Monkey? Why do you act like people love you? Alright, we're gonna see if Puncho can do things here. Puncho, you have one job, and that job is punch. Punch! Puncho, don't die. Puncho, don't die. Good job, Puncho, on not dying. Puncho, you had one job. Ghost is strong against Psychic. Tentamon will fix this.
Psychic is good against Ghost.
No, it's not. Because if Psychic was good against Ghost, then why would Ash bring a Ghastly to fight Sabrina?
Ash is not good at Pokemon.
No, it's after he lost, and he specifically went to get Ghosts. And everyone who tried it, when they did it in the games, that didn't work, because Ghastly, Haunter, and Gengar are also poison types. And poison immediately negates Ghosts, negates the fact that they're ghosts when fighting Psychics. Okay.
Anyway.
Sorry.
After Mankey and Primate.
Yeah, Mankey and Primate. Primate gets shackles for some reason and gets swole and gets so angry its heart stops, and I hate it. Oh god, it has 3 Magikarps. Little Mac, prove you believe in yourself. And punch it.
What's your opinions on Growlithe and Arcanine?
Growlithe and Arcanine are the best boys, and I will fight people on that, but at the same time, Arcanine has like this weird distinction of the anime needed another legendary, and they kept using Arcanine, even though he's not legendary.
Yeah.
And that's weird. That's weird as hell.
Super weird. Why the fuck did they do that?
And I think they did it because they didn't want to use Mewtwo, because they were specifically saving it for the movie. All right, but yeah, I love Growlithe.
Poliwag, Whirl, and Wrath.
I love Poliwag, Poliwhirl, and Poliwrath, even though it's weird knowing that spiral is actually its intestines pushed up against a very thin membranous tummy, because that happens in real tadpoles. Why do you have 3 Magikarps? You're a bug catcher. How bad are you at catching bugs that you caught their natural predator? Little Mac, punch it to death. Alright, I love them all. Poliwhirl. I had to go on a real-life fetch quest because of a Poliwhirl card. I traded it to somebody, and then he traded it to somebody else. And it turned into me, like... I had made a bad deal. I had regretted trading my Poliwhirl for what I did, and I ended up, like, trading it back, and I remember begging about it, and it was dumb. And, like, it forever put a bad taste about trading anything for me. Hey, a lemonade! I'm just gonna pick up this floor soda here in the forest. Nothing wrong with that. Okay. So, who's next?
Abracadabra and Alakazam.
I love Abracadabra and Alakazam. They are some of my favorites. Partially because they're weird little fox critters. And partially because I just love all the psychic types in Gen 1. They're all great. Which is easy because I think there's only the Abraline and Mewtwo. Oh wait, there's another one. I just can't think who it is. Isn't there?
Mew.
All Mew and Mewtwo count as the same. Oh, Mr. Mime. Mr. Mime sucks. Never mind.
And Jinx.
Jinx also sucks.
Yup.
They're so bad I forgot them. Mr. Mime is what happens when somebody tries to cosplay a Pokemon too hard. And Jinx is what happens when a Pokemon tries to cosplay somebody too hard. And I hate them both. Alright.
Machop, and Machamp.
Now, Machop, Machoke, and Machamp, they are pretty great.
Especially since it's like based off of real martial artists.
You're thinking of Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee, who aren't actually based off of anything, but they're named for them.
Never mind.
Machop is just a cute little friend, and Machoke evolves into wearing pants. And then Machamp takes wearing pants to the next logical level of growing a second set of arms. Which, as we all know, is the next step you take when you get dressed in the morning. You put on your underwear, you put on your pants, you grow your extra set of arms like Goro. And then you take them off when you get home at night, like ripping off your bra. Okay, so then we have, after Machamp,
Bellsprout, Weeping Bell, and Vitriol.
Bellsprout, I always thought looked neat. Partially just because he looks like some of the plants that my grandma has at her house. Weeping Bell, I always thought looked derpy as hell. Victory Bell was fine. The jokes in the anime got old really fast. Involving Victory Bell. Of, oh, I ate James again. Hooray. I went too far. Alright, but they're fine. I think as far as your grass poison lines where the last one needs a leaf stone, Oddish is better. Oddish is not more visually interesting, but Oddish is the more cohesive design. Though I will admit, Oddish does not have a funny YouTube series about him. Bellsprout does. High Five Tunes made The Misadventures of Bellsprout, and I love watching that sometimes. So Bellsprout has that going for him. But specifically, the one stoner Bellsprout. Okay.
Tentacool and Tentacool.
So this is weird because I have a big issue with a lot of tentacled creatures in real life. And I think Tentacool and Tentacruel are two of the coolest looking Pokemon of all time. And I think they're so neat, I would hate to have one. They look so cool, they need to stay the hell away from me. I think that sums up my feelings on them. It conflicted, I think is the right statement here.
Geodude, Graveler, and Golem.
Okay, I love Geodude, just because somebody went, how do we make a rock into a Pokemon? Let's give it beefy arms. What about legs? Hold your horses, we're getting to those. And then Graveler comes along and it's like, what if we doubled the arms? And then Golem comes in and it's like, you know what? We take it back. And I just like to imagine that there's some poor Graveler going like, oh man, look at this. I can eat a... What did I do? Okay, no, that was the attack. Yeah, so like, you're... And that's the other thing, is the ones that you have to trade to make them evolve does have the anger-inducing part of you need to have a friend who's willing to trade it back to you. And then they don't. Josh, who got banned from my house for very inappropriate things. But yeah, so... Oh, I found an iron. Neat. You get, like... So you have a Geodude. He evolves into Graveler. It's like, oh man, extra arms and legs. Everything's coming up Graveler. And then, the poor bastard, you trade him to somebody, and he's just eaten 4 Chipotle burritos in his Pokeball, and suddenly 2 fall to the ground. How dare you do that to your Graveler? How dare you deprive him of his 2 Chipotle burritos? Now he can only eat 2 at a time and not all 4. Okay, who's next?
Ponyta and Rapidash.
I love Ponyta and Rapidash. I didn't when I originally played G1. It was actually the G2 remakes that made me love them. Because I could not get a fire type for the life of me. And then I get a Ponyta, and I put it in my Pokewalker, and I forgot about it for 3 weeks while I took a walking for fitness PE class to fill out my schedule in college. And I did so much walking, I went, oh right, there's a Ponyta in here. And I send it back, and it like jumps up 20 levels. And it just became the champ of my team. As for Rapidash, it's a unicorn. And that's honestly kind of magical. Alright, and I like them. They're fine. I think that's a good design. Okay, who's next?
Slowpoke and Slowbro.
Slowpoke and Slowbro. Okay. Slowpoke, I always thought was kind of a lazy design, in that it's just like the most generic teddy bear. But it's fine. Slowbro, I thought was cooler, because now it has like this parasitic relationship going on which is kind of neat. And I like that the new Galaran form uses it as an arm cannon, which of course brings me back to every time I, as a child, put my hand into the 12-pack box of Coca-Colas and pretended I was Mega Man. As you do.
As you do.
And so I see Galaran Slowbro, and I go, I know what you did with that shelter, buddy. Same. Hard same.
Okay, how about Magnemite and Magneton?
Magnemite and Magneton are two of my fucking favorites. Because they have all the friendliness of Diglett and Dugtrio, but combined in a tiny, shiny metal shell that will ruin all of your hard drives. Which means that you don't need to tell your friend to delete all of your illicit folders when you die. Instead, it's, Magnemite, you need to listen to me. Before I go, cough up blood. A lung comes out with it. I need you to go hug my computer. I know I've forbidden you from ever doing it, but I need you to do this. Just rub up all over it. Also, I love the fact that Magnemite, or Magneton's Pokedex entry is that the three of them join together and they stay the same intelligence as they were as one. Which means that all of them got twice as dumb.
Just kind of like, oh shit, I don't know what to
And my best answer for this is they clearly have little computer brains. And the magnetism of their two buddies is frying them. And so then I just imagine Bender doing the Jimmy Crack Corn bit when they stick the computer magnet to his head. But now it's... I think stereo is 2, so whatever 3 is. Trio? Alright, who's next?
Farfetch'd.
You know what? I find it a little peculiar that a duck would just carry a leak everywhere. A little hard to believe. I actually think he's a really cleverly designed Pokemon and introduced me to the idea of other cultures' idioms, which I find beautiful. But I also just love his name. Because then it's like, oh, you got a Farfetch. Do you want to give a nickname? And just call him, nah. It's like, hey, do you believe this? Nah.
Doduo and Dodrio.
So Doduo and Dodrio create a problem. And it's the opposite of a problem we're going to find later. Doduo has 2 heads. Dodrio has 3 heads. These heads clearly have brains. So I want you to imagine that you're... Oh, right. Fuckers. You know what? I don't care that I already have a Weedle. I'm catching you too, Kakuna. Fuck off. There we go. Clearly, that third head has a brain. So I just want you to imagine, like, you just suddenly have a full-grown brother who shows up one day.
like that episode of Adventure Brothers.
Which one?
One where Jonah finally came out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like the end of Season 1 of Venture Brothers, where Jonas Venture Jr. comes out of Rusty. Do we have to go through this song and dance every time, Weedle? Is that what we need from you?
What's next, Mikella?
Next is Seal and Dugong.
Seal's adorable. Seal is just cuddly as hell. Dugong loses a little bit of that. This is one of the few times where I don't like it after it evolves as much. I mean, it's still fine.
I've always loved Dugong, but I think that's because I have a weird obsession with both seals and also with canary whales.
Don't kill Puncho. Good job not dying, Puncho. Okay, so, like, one other thing with Dugong, though. Dugong is another word for manatee, so it's always worth it to name one Hugh.
Name one what?
Hugh!
Okay.
Humanity.
God damn it!
So then you can go, oh, the humanity! When it comes out.
Ah!
Why's that?
so that I can name it Barbara.
Oh, Barbara Manity. God damn it, honey. I'd gone all day without thinking of a VeggieTales song.
No more!
This is clearly how I know you two were meant to be together.
Mmm.
Both make me angry.
Hey, wait, is there a Pokemon based on a Cebu?
Please no.
I don't know.
Okay.
Next is
Sure.
Grimer and Muck.
Okay, so Grimer and Muck, like, I wouldn't want one, but I love them conceptually. The idea that there is a Pokemon, that there's so much pollution in the Pokemon world that it just woke up and basically went, yo, dude, shit's fucked, yo.
God, is that not a mood?
And like, I feel like you're contractually obligated to name your Grimer Hexus.
This is true.
Okay. So let's see what type Brock's gym is. Because it might not be rock.
I was gonna say it's rock, but it's not.
Oh, I forgot his gym's level 11. Oh, I'm gonna guess poison. Oh boy. Okay. It is poison. Brock is a poison type trainer now. Uh-oh, Peanut needs to level up. Okay, so, who's after that?
Shelter and Cloister.
Shelter's fine. It's a cute little clam. Cloister... Cloister is cooler looking, but still not super great.
Is it because it's a water creature?
It's just, its face becomes a pearl?
Yeah.
How fucking dare you, Vulpix? How fucking dare you? Anyway. Yeah. Yeah! Okay.
Nice, Mikella.
Next, is Ghastly, Haunter, and Gengar.
Okay, so I really like Ghastly. Ghastly is adorable. Haunter I thought always looked really, really cool. Because it's got, like, the little hands that float off of its body, and I always thought it should act like Rayman. And then Gengar just felt like a disappointment compared to the other two. It's like, I traded you for this? And I know Gengar's supposed to look cool, but it's just, you know, Mirrorverse Clefairy. It's just Clefairy with a goatee and an open shirt. And I don't know how much I appreciate that. Is that not how the Mirrorverse works? You open your shirt down to like the 5th button and get a goatee, right? Unless you're Riker. I think Mirrorverse Riker's clean shaven. Come for the Pokemon, stay for the Star Trek jokes. Okay.
Next,
Yeah.
Onyx.
Big Snake.
Big rock snake.
Big Rock Snake. The only thing that would make him better is if he had big claws. Because then he wouldn't be a snake, he'd be a rock lobster. But since that's not true, he is just great, and I love him. And Onyx was always one of my favorites. I like snakes. Is it wrong for a man to like snakes?
No.
Good.
Next one, Mikella.
Drowsy and Hypno.
Okay, so this one I'm kind of torn because I know I just said I like all the psychics. And Drowsy and Hypno, I love their designs. I find it concerning that a taper turns into a gremlin. Or like a weird elf. But I also love the idea that like Drowsy knocks them out and then Hypno eats their dreams. But I've also... Or sorry, Hypno knocks them out, Drowsy eats their dreams. But I also like constantly think of like that episode of Shuriken Sentai Ninja where they fight a Baku-based creature. And eating your dreams means that you have, like, no... Was it a ninja? No, it was Q Ranger. And eating your dreams means it ate your hopes and dreams. So it's like, I'm gonna be a fireman. No, I'm not. What are you gonna be instead? I don't know. Probably a layabout. I'm gonna go be a hobo. Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna give up on life.
Oh.
So, maybe drowsy gives you depression. So, you know what? 0 out of 10 would not catch again.
I am so glad that my drowsy has finally evolved to Hypno because I am so sick and tired of, in Let's Go Eevee, of his hands doing...
Yeah.
It's so creepy, and it's like, drowsy, what are you
He's
doing?
got his little wiggly fingers. He's gonna
And they
grab it.
never stop!
You know what I find creepy? The amount of fucking porn that Drowsy and Hypno are featured in.
Nope, moving on.
Next to Pokemon, Krabby and Kingler.
I like Krabby and Kingler. I like them a lot. I think Kingler is also just a really good name for, like, a hockey team. The Kinglers. Pokemon should get into that and make a hockey team called the Kinglers. Maybe that's because I grew up near LA, so I'm used to the LA Kings. But I don't know, I think they're neat. Okay.
The Pokemon.
I fucking love Voltorb and Electrode. And I realize that they're the most basic of Pokemon. But I love that it's like... Because a lot of people look at them and go like, oh, it's such a lazy design. On the other hand, may I counterbalance that with the idea that if creatures could evolve super duper fast, like Darwinian evolution, that, and if we accept that the pollution woke up one day and said, shit's fucked you, that also, every once in a while, a Pokeball just rolls off and just is there and gets a face. It gains sentience. The singularity happens sometimes with the Pokeballs. And then they become Pokemon, and now you can catch them in other Pokeballs. But this adds to a new question. Can I capture Pokemon in a Voltorb?
I don't know. That feels weird.
Also, before the Apricorns were made, in G2, I often wondered, is that how you make a Pokeball? Do you have to hollow out a Voltorb or an Electrode?
That sounds so sad.
This is where my brain goes when I'm bored, which is often.
We're going to the next Pokemon now.
Okay, sorry. In all seriousness, I love them, but here's what I hate about them. I hate the idea, and this is like canon, that Voltorbs, when they evolve, just flip upside down. Because the mouth stops being the line and becomes like, it shifts downward into the red section, but the eyes are now on the white. So did they lose their old eyes and gain new ones, or did the eyes migrate like on a flounder?
I don't know. I think you're getting too...
And if they migrated, where did the eyebrows come from? Are the eyebrows the old lips?
Yeah.
Horrible issues.
Yep.
Horrible problems.
Moving on.
We are over-evaluating this franchise for children.
Moving on.
I feel like Matt Pat. Where's my 3 million subs?
Moving
All right.
on. Execute and executor.
I always thought they were weird until I found out that some species of coconut tree has white coconuts.
Huh.
And then that made so much more sense. Right?
Yeah.
That said, I think they're neat. I remember fighting constantly in the Safari Zone to get one, because I love the psychic Pokemon, and I thought, wow, a psychic grass is just such a cool idea, that these eggs turn into a psychic coconut tree. Because it's so novel. And how would you come up with something like that? And, like, a bunch of people would say, oh, drugs. And I'm thinking about it going, nah. Nah, you know what it is? Somebody went to a farmer's market and met a hippie while they were shopping for coconuts. Or somebody realized that coconuts has nuts in it, and nuts means you're insane. And what's the insane Pokemon type? Psychic. Done.
It's true.
Haha. Alright, what's up next?
Cubone and Marowak.
That's so sad. But also, brings up important questions. Because, like, on the one hand, oh no, you poor little, dude, you're wearing your mommy's skull. On the other hand, once you start breeding them in G2, your Marowak doesn't just die. So I'm starting to think that when they say it's its mother's skull, they're technically correct. I think Marowaks collect fucking skulls. I think they're going around like graveyards grave robbing. Or just murdering.
Alternatively, it could be like some species of like mammal that can actually shed one portion.
Yeah, now I was about to say, the more disturbing idea to me.
Because that would almost be like a deer.
I was about to say deer was where I was going to go next.
Yeah.
Well, even more disturbing would be deer can grow bones in the form of antlers and then lose them. Humans do it too with our teeth, we just only do it once. So what if you had a species that, in like the spring, created an extra skull that like forced itself out of its skin and then shed it and gave it to its baby? And then, it's like on the one hand, that's pretty cool. On the other hand, damn nature, you scary. So there's no answer that isn't terrifying here. Okay.
Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan.
So Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan have a weird naming convention in the fact that they were named for Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee, but everyone thought it was very odd that they would do this, as Jackie Chan's more known for his legwork, but they gave him the punching one, and Bruce Lee's more known for everything. So that while they are named in honor of two... Honey, get the swatter. Well, they are named for two renowned martial artists. They are not... Thank you. We have a small cinch bug infestation that we are trying to take care of. It's not going as well as we'd hope. Anyway, right, so they're neat. I think they're very neat. I think Hitmonchan is cooler than Hitmonlee in powers. But Hitmonlee has the cooler design. Okay, who's next?
Licky tongue.
Gross. Moving on.
Coughing and wheezing.
See my opinions on Grimer.
Rhyhorn and Rhydon.
I think Rhyhorn looks super cool. I love rhinos, just as a creature. And I think a rock rhino is super neat. And then the idea that it just stands up one day and goes, "Hi, I do this now," is also super cool. Also, that leads to that weird Who Wants to Be a Millionaire question of who's the first Pokemon? Bulbasaur, Rhyhorn, Mew, or Arceus? Because Rhyhorn was the first one ever drawn. And he was drawn on a surfboard, and that's why he can know surf. Because Sugimori just like put his foot down, I guess. Like, no, the dinosaur surfs. We're going to have a Jurassic beach party. Let's go. Alright, who's next?
Chansey is next.
And Chansey's neat. Chansey's this weird axolotl egg who has a smaller egg in her kangaroo pouch. If you told me Chansey was what alien life looked like, I would believe you. Because what if we combined the weirdest creature in North America with the weirdest creature in Australia? Sure, let's go with that. Tangela, I always thought was neat, but I was always concerned about what his eyes were doing. And what they're doing is staring into your soul. Also, Tangela is a nerd. I will always be slightly angry that the baby Tangela didn't get made. Wait, did the baby Tangela get made? I don't think so.
Not yet.
They made the second version. There is a, one of the beta Pokemon from Gen 2 that got released is a baby Tangela. And it's adorable. Okay. It'll never be released. Some of the betas did come out later in later gens. I don't think we're ever getting baby Tangela. Alright, who do we got next?
Kangaskhan.
Kangaskhan I think works better with the original concept, at least the theorized original concept, that the baby in Kangaskhan's pouch, if the Kangaskhan died, would become a Cubone. However, that said, Kangaskhan's fine. I think Mega Kangaskhan saved Kangaskhan for me. I always thought it was, like, neat-ish. But then Mega Kangaskhan comes along and the baby can fight? Heck yes! Baby fights, let's go! Alright.
Horsey and Seadra.
Horsey is fine. I think Horsey's very cute. It looks like a little thing that would go newt-newt, and I like it. Meanwhile, Seadra looks way cooler. When they introduced Kingdra, I thought that was super cool, because, surprisingly, as much as a lot of sea life scares me, I love seahorses and sea dragons. And so I like the whole Horsey line.
Goldeen and the Sea King.
It's a goldfish with a horn that turns into a derpy koi with a horn. I hate Sea King. I love Sea King, but I hate Sea King. I hate everything about its design, because you look at it and you go like, why? Why did you get fat? And then you look, and like my sister hated Sea King too, whenever she saw it. I remember that going like, what? It was a pretty fish and now it's not. It's like puberty is not kind to Goldeen.
Star You and Star Me.
I think Staryu and Starmie are a very interesting way to take Pokemon, and if anything kind of shows off how weird you can get with it, it's those two. And they have never approached that level of weirdness ever again, and I think that's a shame. Because they're just, like, starfish with gems, and then you put two of them together and you get a bigger one. Which, again, see Diglett and Magnemite with their friends. Except this time, it's, I grew extra legs for you, father. I am my father now. Ah.
Well, isn't Starmie based on what is it? A sea sun or something like that?
I have no idea.
It is. It's based off of there's sea stars, and then there's the granddaddy of sea stars, which is known as the sea suns. I fucking hate those things because my grandfather. Fun fact: if you go crabbing up in the Pacific Northwest and you drop down a crab pot, here's the 25% chance you're gonna pull that thing up, and there's just gonna be one of those motherfuckers in it. And they will have eaten the crabs and also your bait. And you can't do shit with these things. You can't eat them, you can't sell them. They're just big, giant-ass nuisances that you have to toss back into the ocean.
And of course, if you chum them, they'll just grow into more.
Yeah. And the worst part is that they weigh like twice as much as any crab. So it feels like you're pulling up at least 5 crabs, and then no, it's just a giant motherfucker.
I don't know if sea stars do that to their parents, but I'm going to take your word for it. There's a lot of incest in the animal kingdom.
I don't like sun stars. I hate them.
I can tell.
They're
Although
assholes.
according to the Bulbapedia, it says it's just a stylized starfish.
I will take stylized starfish. That's fine.
But interestingly enough, and I didn't know this, you get Starmie's
Sure.
name based on the word star, and me, which is, what is that? I want to say it's Japanese me, meaning gem or jewel.
Oh, I thought it was just Star Me and Star You, because like that one's you and that one's me.
No.
Aw. Never mind then.
Next is Mr. Mime.
You know what? I like him more than most people, which means I won't kill him on sight. Not a fan.
Well, I already know what your opinions are on this next one.
What?
You love this next one.
Shuckle's not this far up the list.
No.
Oh.
But Scyther is.
I do love Scyther. Scyther's the fucking best. Partially because one of my favorite bugs is the praying mantis. Like, when I was 11 or 12, I was really into Zoids, and I made, like, my own... I made a Zoids OC with a praying mantis Zoid. And, like, I just love praying mantises. They're so cool. And then you have Scyther, and he's just awesome. He's like a lizard praying mantis. I think Caesar is a bit of a disappointment as an evolution. I was excited he happened, but there was like a beta Caesar who looks closer to Scyther, and is like, ah, look at this asshole, I love him. Mega Caesar, on the other hand, perfect, great.
Chef's kiss.
Maybe not that good.
Alright, next is Jinx.
You know, Jinx is weird because I know she's based off of a Ganjiro girl, but she does come off looking very racially insensitive. That said, you needed her to get Articuno in Pokemon Snap, so she's got that going for her, I guess. Electabuzz is my jam. He's got big beefy arms. He looks like if you mixed a Sasquatch with Popeye. And I love him. And then, like, you took Sasquatch Popeye and then you went to Jim Henson and said, make it. And then he went, all right, sure. And then made a Muppet of Sasquatch Popeye.
Magmar?
Magmar has a butt on his head.
Sure, he does.
I mean, he looks like you're trying to make fun of a Star Trek alien.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of Magmar. Now, the weird part is like, I like both of his evolution and his baby form. Elekid, I love the whole line. Or Electabuzz, I love the whole line. But Magmar, it's like, Magmar clearly is a horrible, derpy middle step. And I'm glad they came to recognize that.
Pinsir?
I fucking love Pinsir. I'm sorry, did you tell me that there's a big-ass beetle in this game? Let's roll. I love bugs. I don't know why, except for Caterpie. I'm friends with Caterpie. I love bugs. Bug-type Pokemon. Bugs are neat. Except for this...
Bug Pokemon are the only bugs allowed in my house.
Bug Pokemon are fun. Real bugs, it depends on the real bug. I don't mind spiders in my house if they're not Black Widows or Brown Recluses. I've been bit by Black Widows far too many times. Twice. That's far too many times. But, no, I don't want to heal again. I just healed. Okay. But that said, I am not a fan of things like these pests who are infesting that window. But no, I love Pinsir. Pinsir's awesome. However, I will say, if there's one thing I love more than a stag beetle, it's a Hercules beetle. So when we get to Gen 2, I had a new favorite beetle in town. His name's Heracross, and he's the best.
Taurus.
He's a bull. He's fine. I will be forever mad that it took America for... I don't know if we actually ever got it. If that's still a lost episode when Ash caught all of his Tauroses.
No, I remember that episode.
Okay, because they wouldn't release it for years.
Why?
Because the park ranger had a gun. And he kept threatening to shoot everybody. So that one was an actual lost episode. That or any time that James was in too much drag. Specifically when he had the inflato tits. Because there was a joke of them inflating them and they had to cut around it and they wouldn't do it in time, so they just jumped to the next episode. 4Kids was very scared of doing anything that could be construed as bad because so many people were already convinced that Pokemon was satanic. And I've watched some of the videos of that and it's like, come on. This is so dumb. And then I look at today and go like, oh, right. Everyone's been dumb. Forever. Okay, who's next?
Magikarp and Gyarados.
So, I thought Magikarp was dumb at first. But, I had a goldfish tank. And he looked more like my goldfish than Goldeen did. So I kept him around. And then somebody told me about Gyarados. And then I went, oh boy, this fish is my jam. So, I do like Magikarp. Quite a bit, actually. Okay. Who's next?
Lapras.
I love Lapras. Lapras is just a friend. Lapras is shaped like a friend, and she wants to give you rides on her back. And she's great, and I love her. And Lapras was essentially a legendary, but not. Like, that was the only one that they had an explanation as to what was happening. And the idea was that Lapras was basically hunted to extinction like whales. And there's so few of them left. But in modern games, they've made Lapras appear more. And the answer is so many people bred them in captivity that they released a bunch of them. and repopulated the numbers. So yay conservation efforts in our video games.
Nice.
Okay.
Ditto is next.
I love Ditto. He turns into everything. He's all your friends. That's everything. I always thought Ditto had like the neatest gimmick, him and Smeargle. So I always wanted them. They were like hot commodities for me. Even before breeding was a thing, Ditto was like one of my favorites to have on a team. Because it's like, well, nothing I can do here against you, Lance. Or is there?
Dun, dun, dun.
Ditto, go. Become a dragon.
Eevee, Vaporeon, Jolteon, and Flareon.
If you don't love Eevee, you have no soul.
This is true.
I love Eevee. Therefore, I have a soul. Inverse logical argument. Okay.
How about Vaporeon, Jolteon, and Flareon?
Okay, out of the three, I think Flareon's the best. Vaporeon's very pretty, but also clearly would have the same skin texture as like a wet Sphinx cat. Because everyone goes like, no, it'd be like an otter. Would it, though? It looks awfully shiny to be like an otter. That thing lost all its fur, turned blue, and now swims in the water as just as a wrinkly goblin. Meanwhile, Jolteon is made of spikes and pain, but it clearly still wants to cuddle.
Yes.
So, hey, would you cuddle your dog if he was made of hedgehog quills?
Yeah, but I wouldn't like it.
Exactly. Yes, but I wouldn't like it.
Porygon.
Mostly it's salty.
Porygon's super neat. Porygon is like, hey, kids, what if we made a Pokemon in a computer? And then the second one is computer graphics got better. And then the third one is, nah, dude, it's totally cool to get this from the Pirate Bay. Oh, no!
Your fossil Pokemon.
Okay, Kabuto is the fucking champ. Kabutops is even cooler. Because what if we took a cool little horseshoe crab and turned him into a giant spiky mantis boy? I love him. Meanwhile, Almanite and Amistar I always thought were neat, but I always imagined that their skin would feel like a wet rubber ball, and that makes me a little concerned. Shell's fine. I think I liked them before my fear of mollusks started to kick in. Stupid Jules Verne. Anyway. I'm glad you're enjoying that.
Yeah.
Aerodactyl.
Aerodactyl is the coolest fossil Pokemon, besides the coolest fossil Pokemon. Aerodactyl's just neat. He's a pterodactyl, but made of stones. And somehow that makes him aerodynamic. I don't question it. Though I always assumed that all of the fossil Pokemon were part rock, because the revivification process is imperfect. And that was basically true until we got the horrible amalgamations this last gen, who clearly have a better revivification process, but it also doesn't matter if you were right. I don't think the Sword and Shield ones should exist. They terrify me. That is people playing God. Alright.
Uno, dos, tres.
Okay, so Articuno is fucking amazing, and everyone loves her. And she is just good for a cool breeze on a hot summer day. She makes your ice cream set faster. She probably loves tummy rubs like most good birds. And then you have Zapdos, who looks like if Big Bird got really into hard drugs and then recovered, and now he's going to show up for all the dare meetings at your school. And he's just kind of awesome for that. And then we have Moltres, which is somebody went, hey, did I leave the oven on? Oh, fuck the Pidgey.
Oh no, the Pidgeot.
Moltres is the worst Phoenix. Because all the other ones, it's like, oh, I have wings of fire. And with her, it's literal, so you just have, like, a burnt chicken with fire coming off of it. And it's like, dude, your chicken is still on fire. And, like, it's grown on me over the years. But, like, when you look at the other ones, it's like, bird made of lightning with, like, spikes. Neat. Bird made of ice. Cool. Bird made of fire. That's... Is it done? Also, I don't think I want a Pokemon that always smells like it needs 11 herbs and spices. I don't think I need a Pokemon that might be closed on Sunday. Actually, you know, if your Moltres is closed on Sunday, release it into the wild. You don't need a homophobic Moltres. That's a Chick-fil-A joke, folks. Anyway.
Next 3.
Oh, sorry, one more thing. If you have a Moltres, you are under, like... Oh, no, actually, that's not true. Up until Torchic came out, you were under contractual obligation to name it Nugget. Torchic has taken that name from Moltres.
Dratini, Dragonair, and Dragonite.
So, Dratini is still a concern for me. Because somehow it completely changes its color palette and form when it evolves. That said, they were the only dragon types, really. In all of Gen 1. We've gotten better dragon types since, but I'll always have a soft spot for old Dragonite. Mewtwo has a weird umbilical cord in his neck, and he should get that looked at.
And Mew?
Mew is a weird fetus cat. And I didn't know that when I was little. I thought it was a cute, soft pink kitty. But no, it is clearly a fetus cat. I need to kill 10 more things with this Pidgey to get him to level 11. Alright. Level 11's clearly where I gotta be.
Alright, we're into Generation 2.
Alright, I'm actually thinking maybe... Nah, we'll keep going. Though, can you go get me some water before we start Gen 2? Because my throat is parched. It is actually almost 10:30. You know what? We'll do another Pokemon stream tomorrow. I'm going to make Mikella hold me to it. Alright.
You heard it here,
And
folks.
you guys have to hold me to it. So, you know, like, do the whole sub and such. If you're in my Discord, like, poke me tomorrow and go, hey, where's that Pokemon stream? Where's the Pokemon stream? Where's the Pokemon stream? Where's the Pokemon stream? Just do it over and over again. Because I do want to get through this. I want to get through all of Pokemon Blue. We're up to Brock. I think we can handle Brock. After I get Peanut up to level 11. I might do some leveling up off camera. But I think we can do this. Yeah, I think that's all doable. If you like this, do the like, comment, subscribe stuff. If you're on YouTube, make sure you're subbed on YouTube, following on Twitch. If you want to support us, you're basically all I got right now. So, sub on Twitch, buy from the Teespring store, and what was the other one? Patreon. Patreon's important. I'm trying to get back into the swing of this, guys. I swear. It's a little difficult, not going to deny that, but I'm trying my best here. And of course, I'm doing it mostly for you. I'm doing it because I think you guys deserve fun things. But yeah, so if you like what you see, do all those things. And then if you're watching this on YouTube, go over to Twitch and watch us live. It's a lot more fun. Catch you all later. We will beat Brock next time. Maybe Misty, too. Who knows? Actually, Mount Moon's a jerk. We definitely Brock. Maybe Misty. Alrighty. And I need to press this button.